So Caitlin Clark right here is breaking so many records. It's actually getting ridiculous.
Breaking news, the WNBA just beat the NFL in a head-to-head ratings battle. The star of the show? Rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. Even WNBA star Angel Reese couldn't believe it. Stick around to see how Clark is changing the game and why Reese is taking notes.
Caitlin Clark headlined another 1 million viewer game versus the Lynx.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Guys, you won't believe what just happened. The WNBA just went toe-to-toe with the NFL and came out swinging. It's NFL Sunday, but something crazy is going down. People are switching channels to watch women's basketball? That's right, you heard me. Enter Caitlin Clark, the rookie who's making waves and turning heads. This girl is on fire and she's got everyone talking. But here's where it gets wild. Even WNBA star Angel Reese couldn't believe her eyes. You've heard about Caitlin Clark's impact, but did you know she's pulling in NFL level numbers? Imagine a rookie so hot, she's got more eyes on her than some pro football games.
I've not watched it at all. Don't really know much about it, but what I do know is that more people watch American football than any other sport, especially in America.
What if I told you Clark's changing the game in ways we haven't seen in over 15 years? Let's talk about these insane numbers. Clark's debut game, it pulled in 1.26 million viewers. And get this, it was up against an NFL game. That's not just impressive, it's mind-blowing. But you know what's even crazier? This wasn't a one-time thing. Clark's been smashing records left and right. Out of 23 games this season, she's broken the 1 million viewer mark in 19 of them. That's like hitting a home run almost every time you step up to the plate. And here's the kicker. Before Clark came along, no WNBA game had hit 1 million viewers since 2008. That's 15 years of drought, and Clark's making it rain. But wait, there's more. Remember that Fever Sky game I mentioned? It didn't just do well, it crushed it. We're talking an average of 1.6 million viewers with a peak of 1.92 million during college football season. That's like stealing the spotlight at someone else's party. Now, you might be thinking, sure, but it's just a game, right? Wrong.
Okay. Outside of America, obviously football is number one. But it was the network's third most watched WNBA game ever. 1.26 million. It's clear it's the Caitlin Clark effect. And look, 500k on Ion is not bad. But it's clear that it is the Caitlin Clark effect.
This is bigger than basketball. Clark isn't just playing the game, she's changing it. She's showing what's possible in women's sports. She's proving that if you've got the skills, people will watch. And boy, are they watching. Think about it. When was the last time you heard people talking about a WNBA game like it was the Super Bowl? When was the last time you saw sports bars filled with fans asking to switch the channel from football to women's basketball? This isn't just a trend, it's a revolution. And the best part? Clark's just getting started. She's a rookie, remember? This is just the beginning of her professional career.
Yeah, so we have got, again, Caitlin Clark right here, pulling in these numbers. 1.26 million. The 19th Caitlin Clark broadcast to break 1 million views.
If she's pulling in these kinds of numbers now, imagine what she'll do in a few years. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Clark isn't just changing the game on the court, she's reshaping the entire sports landscape. How does a rookie get compared to NBA superstars like Steph Curry? And why are merchandise sales going through the roof for a league that's often struggled for attention? It's not just about the numbers anymore, folks. We're talking about a cultural shift. Imagine walking into your local sports bar on NFL Sunday and seeing fans glued to a WNBA game instead. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what's happening with Caitlin Clark on the court. We've never seen anything like this before in women's basketball. Fans are actually choosing WNBA games over NFL games. Let that sink in for a second. The NFL, the undisputed king of American sports, is losing viewers to women's basketball. And it's all because of one rookie sensation. Think about the last time you heard people talking about a WNBA player the way they talk about LeBron or Steph Curry. Clark's impact is being compared to these NBA superstars, and for good reason. She's not just playing the game, she's revolutionizing it. But it's not just about what's happening on the court. Clark's influence is reaching far beyond the basketball arena. Merchandise sales are skyrocketing, breaking records left and right. People aren't just watching Clark play, they want to wear her jersey, rock her shoes, and be part of this movement. And let's talk about attendance. Arenas are filling up faster than you can say slam dunk. Fans are flocking to see Clark in action, creating an electric atmosphere that's rarely been seen in women's basketball before. It's like every game is a playoff game when Clark's on the court. What we're witnessing here is more than just a talented player having a good season. Clark is becoming a cultural icon, a symbol of what's possible in women's sports. She's inspiring a new generation of fans and players, showing that women's basketball can be just as exciting, just as competitive, and just as worthy of attention as any men's sport. But here's the kicker. Clark's just getting started. This is her rookie season, remember. If she's causing this much of a stir now, imagine what she'll do as she develops and grows in the league. We could be looking at the beginning of a new era in sports, where the lines between men's and women's leagues start to blur. Imagine being at the top of your sport, only to see a rookie dominate headlines and viewership. How would you react? Angel Reese's response gives us a glimpse into the shifting dynamics of women's basketball. You might think a star like Angel Reese would be jealous of all the attention Caitlin Clark's getting, but here's the thing. Reese's reaction is blowing everyone's minds. She's not just impressed. She's absolutely stunned by what Clark's doing for the game. Let's talk about Reese for a second. She's no slouch on the court. She's a powerhouse player, known for her fierce, competitive spirit. But when she saw Clark's performance, it was like watching a fan react, not a rival. You know what's wild? Reese couldn't help but admire Clark's ability to captivate audiences. It's like watching your favorite player score against your team. You're torn between being upset and being in awe. That's exactly what's happening here. But it's not just about Reese being a good sport. Her reaction shows us something bigger happening in the WNBA. It's like the whole league is leveling up. Players aren't just competing against each other anymore, they're pushing each other to new heights. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a top player in any sport openly praising their competition like this? It's not just good sportsmanship. It's a sign that the game is growing. And when the game grows, everyone wins. You might be wondering, isn't Reese worried about losing the spotlight? Sure, there might be a little bit of that, but here's the kicker. Reese knows that Clark's success isn't just good for Clark, it's good for the entire WNBA. Reese's reaction is like a window into the excitement buzzing through the WNBA right now. It's not just about one player anymore, it's about the whole league stepping up its game. Clark's not just raising the bar, she's inspiring everyone else to jump higher. This is bigger than basketball. It's about women supporting women, even when they're competing against each other. It's about recognizing greatness and using it as motivation to be better. Reese isn't just watching Clark play, she's learning from her. You know what's really cool? This kind of reaction could change how people see women's sports. It's not just about individual stars anymore. It's about a whole league of incredible athletes pushing each other to be better. Let's talk about what all this means for women's basketball. We've seen record-breaking viewership, a huge cultural impact, and even top players like Angel Reese showing respect. It's like the whole game is changing right before our eyes. So, what's next? Is this just a flash in the pan, or are we seeing the start of something big? Think about it. When was the last time a rookie in any sport got this much attention? Here's the thing. Caitlin Clark and players like her aren't just changing the game. They're changing how we see women's sports. They're showing that women's basketball can be just as exciting and popular as men's sports. And you know what? This is just the beginning. The future of women's basketball is looking brighter than ever, and we're all here to witness it.